what's really good to all you TikTokers out there, everybody who's part of the Proof to Me Dear Life fam, all the shout outs, everything at the end of the video. I just really quickly wanted to do this video because there's been a whole lot of hysteria going on around the 3i Atlas topic. Now, for all of you that don't know, we are perhaps the most shadow banned channel and channels out there, because we on TikTok, had a channel with over 5,000 subscribers, 5,500 subscribers. Obviously, channel got blocked. They gave us no real good reason why it got blocked, but I know what I know, because we tell y'all what no one else can tell you. Why? Is because of the background that we have. I was born and raised in Ukraine, in the Soviet Union. The Soviet Union, post-Soviet Union, Ukraine. I grew up in New York. I studied in the Vatican. I speak 5 languages, and I'm trying to bring to the Western world this idea of an ancient Slavic civilization. Not a civilization, a culture. Because remember, civilization is the killer of humanity and of the world, and only culture can save us. Now, I just quickly want to touch on, because we're probably gonna get blocked. This video is probably gonna get taken off. But I just wanted to remind you that, what do you think? Nas, the previous channel, right, just got banned for no reason. But this whole 3i Atlas thing, and this is what I want everyone to understand, because there's been a lot of talk, talking about, oh, the government is trying to hide the fact that these are spaceships coming and everything. Listen, they would have no reason to hide anything like that. All the news and everything that you hear about it, a person like Avi Loeb, these are all plants. These are all coming from the same powers that be. All these conflicts in the world and this whole 3i Atlas subject is coming in time when they are about to be on their way out. Because for the past, thousands of years, ever since Mesopotamia, this bloodline, and these dynasties and these monarchies have been in rule and control. And usually what they do is, they pass down the power to the next generation. Now, for the last, generation, their kids are not up to it, or they're having, genetic problems, so on and so forth. So according to the Vedic prophecies that were part of the indigenous cultures from all around the world, Swarojic night, or Kali Yuga, is ending, so they are on their way out. And this is why they're creating all these psyops and all these false flag operations. Could there be a spaceship like a 3i Atlas coming with a whole fleet? Sure, there's always activity in the sky, but this whole mayhem around it is being created unorganically. Avi Loeb, very interestingly, some guy that just came out of nowhere, and he's from Israel, and all of a sudden he's on Joe Rogan, and they're touching the subject of AI and all of these different things. So AI and 3i Atlas and all of these different world conflicts, and the fact that we could be close to a nuclear war, these are all attempts to get us off what is actually happening. Is a great shift in consciousness. And so the activity in the sky has always been up there, but the reason we're filming it a lot more is not only because obviously we have a lot more cameras, but because our channels of perception consciously are being opened up in different ways, and that's why we are finally seeing it. So that's not the big secret. The big secret is, and what no one wants to touch on, is what I just put up an old video, but I just put it up on this channel, about an 800 million old mummy that was discovered in Russia during the Soviet Union, in the Russian SSR. And it clearly says, and this is something that I've been trying to bring to the West, something that I've studied for over 30 years, is that there was this civilization, a culture, a Slavo-Russo culture, it was called. It was a Vedic culture. It united the whole entire world. And every time there was a global catastrophe, this culture brought everyone back together. So why am I even mentioning this? Because in what we call the Slavic Vedas, or in the Rahman tradition, not even AI can tell you what Rahman tradition is. Only I can tell you that. Is we know that our ancestors came from the territory of what we know as the North Pole. And as they came down and they started to, grow and evolve in the territories of Eurasia, there is talk of another, in the Vedas it talks about this. We've known about this for hundreds and hundreds of years. It's nothing new, that there was a breakaway culture that went to the territory of Antarctica, and could be, having bases there, could be having bases underwater. All of this is possible. But what I'm trying to tell you is that powers that be, again, they're trying to take our attention away from the important thing that is going on. That is why there's all this dividing between liberals and conservatives and whites and blacks and this and that, is because the best kept secret is our past pre-Catholicism and pre-Christianity, man. That's what they don't want us to know about. That's what, they always trying to scare us about. There was some crazy, medieval times going on before, and everyone was running around crazy, and somehow they can't explain things like, the pyramids in Egypt. But what's interesting is that there are much bigger, much, more megalithic structures in Siberia that, again, they don't want us to know about, and that's the biggest kept secret. So to all you out there, I went for a little too long. Keep your faith in God. God is good. Christ is good. What I'm saying? And we will prevail. They are on their way out. And the best way to fight is to concentrate your energy, your chi energy, your body energy. The way you concentrate it is you don't get distracted with all of these different crazy things that are going on. And that's exactly why we are being attacked from every front. Whichever front you are, that's how we're being attacked. So anyway, this was Proof to Me that You're Alive. What do you think, Nas? I love all of you. And you know what we say, uno.